The United States General George Patton once said, "Wars may be fought with weapons, but they are won by men." In no case is that more obvious than the high-flying Egyptian woman, Pharah Amari, or as we know her today, Pharah. Initially, Pharah had a good relationship with her mother, Anna Amari, yes, that Anna Amari, who taught her martial arts. As a child, she grew up in the company of Overwatch. She dreamed of following her mother's footsteps and joining the organization. However, her mother was against it, for obvious reasons. This led to a strained relationship between the mother and daughter that lasted for a very long time, even up to Anna's quote-unquote death. Pharah enlisted in the Egyptian army, her dogged persistence and tactical prowess causing her to rise up through the officer ranks. She was a courageous leader and earned the loyalty of all who served under her. With her exemplary record, Pharah was placed to join the ranks of Overwatch. But before she had that opportunity, Overwatch was disbanded. After leaving the army with a commendation for distinguished service, she was offered employment with Helix Security International, a private security firm contracted to defend the artificial intelligence research facility beneath the Giza Plateau. The top-secret facility, which has lousy firewalls by the way, was touted as vital to the safety of not only the region, but countries across the globe. Pharah gladly accepted the choice assignment and received training in the Raptora Mark VI, an experimental combat suit designed for rapid mobility and devastating firepower. It's basically a thing with a jetpack. Under the call sign Pharah, she worked to safeguard the AI installation. Though she mourned Overwatch's passing, she still dreamed of fighting the good fight and making a difference on a global scale, which eventually she did. Not only that would be the end of the story, but I did some searching in a Helix security server, like I said, lousy firewalls, and found a mission report. A few years after Helix Security International was hired to defend the Giza Plateau, the Anubis AI God program broke free. That's what was under the Giza Plateau all this time. Now, as a God program, the Anubis could control other Omnics, and this program was still all about destroying humanity. If Anubis was to break through Helix's firewalls, it could spread to other parts of the globe, corrupt infrastructure, and launch military assaults. An engineering team was sent to contain it, but nothing had been heard from them. So Helix sent in a team to help, Lieutenant Pharah among them. According to the report, the team found one of the engineers, who told them that the sentry bots had recognized them as a threat to Anubis and opened fire. Some members of her team wanted to give the engineer medical support, but Pharah insisted on moving along as they didn't have much time. Her captain took her aside and pointed out that if she wanted to be a good leader, she needed to focus on her team's well-being and treat them like family. Suddenly, the platoon was ambushed by corrupted Omnics. Losing most of her squad, Pharah and only 2 survivors were able to make their escape. The 3 entered the Temple of Anubis to find a horde of infected Omnics. They attacked the team immediately, one more member had injured in the opening salvos. When Pharah finally got a clear shot at Anubis itself, a pillar began to fall towards her captain. Pharah made a split-second decision to push him out of the way, losing her last missile in the process. So the team came up with an alternative method to disable Anubis. The plan was successful, and Pharah with her 2 remaining team members were able to escape. But her captain died from his injuries later. As the last surviving member was taken to the medical facility, Pharah told them what happened to their captain. He told her that she would be captain now, and he would gladly fight with her. After all, she was a real leader now, caring about her team. It takes a real kind of courage to go to war, and it hurts when your fellow soldiers don't make it out with you, but there's another kind of bravery in moving on despite of that. There's one guy I know of who embodies that more than anyone else, and has gone through more than I want to imagine, but that's never changed how compassionate he can be. But that's another story.